Hello, this is Andrea Mowry of Drea Renee Knits, and today I am going to be doing a little demonstration to show the slip stitch pattern from my pattern Evenfall. So I have cast on an even number of stitches because it is a 2-stitch repeat. It is worked in the round, so that is how I'm going to work this swatch. I'll show you how I do that. And I will work 2 rows English style, holding the working yarn in my right hand, and then I will work the 2 rows following that, continental style, holding the working yarn in my left hand. So the first row of the chart just has us knit with our first color. So I'm just going to go ahead and knit across this first row. All the way to the end here. And then once I get to the end of this row, instead of turning my work, I'm just going to slide my stitches right back down to the other needle tip. You know that you've done this correctly if your ball of yarn, whoop, got away from me, is on the cord side of your needle. And the reason I'm doing this is, again, I'm mimicking working in the round, so I always want to work on the right side. I'm not going to work on the wrong side. And now we get to add in our second color. And for this row, we slip 1 stitch and we knit 1 stitch all the way across. So I'm going to slip this first stitch, and to slip a stitch, you want to insert your right hand needle tip as if to purl, and then you just move that stitch from your left hand needle right over to the right hand needle. And that's it. And now we're going to knit the next stitch. So I just put a loop onto my needle tip and knit it right in. And again, that stitch pattern repeat is to slip a stitch. So I want to keep this yarn in back. I don't want to have it in front because then it would put a bar in front of our slip stitch. So we just keep it in the back where it already wants to be because we're knitting. So slip 1, knit 1. Slip 1, knit 1. Slip 1, knit 1, slip 1, knit 1, slip 1, and knit 1. Now the next row or round, we need to knit all the stitches using our second color. So again, I'm going to slide my work back. And now we have both of our working yarns over here on our cord end. So to continue mimicking working in the round, all we have to do is bring the yarn we're ready to use over here to the needle tip. And I'm going to show this continental now, but it works the same way, no matter which way you hold your yarn. And I just hold it there. So it just will have a loop in the back. And if you were gonna finish this swatch and wet block it and use it as your gauge swatch, you can just snip all these loops of yarn that you'll have at the end to let it lay flat. So that will give you a nice in the round accurate gauge. The only pitfall to this method is that you do have to cut the yarn, so you wouldn't be able to reuse it if you ran short in your project. All right, so we are just going to go ahead and knit across this row with this second color, the color we had just used in the previous row. I want to get this little tail out of there. There we go. All right, so just knitting all the way across. There we go. So do you see how I was able to keep working on the right side of my work instead of working along the back? All right, now I need to use my first color again. So again, I'm just gonna bring that across the back just like I did with my first loop. And I need to slide my stitches back. Can't forget to do that. All right, and so now this is going to feel really similar to that second row we did when we first introduced our second color, where we're going to slip a stitch and knit a stitch. But this time, instead of slipping and then knitting, we're going to knit and then slip. So bring my yarn over here. So we will knit one, slip one, knit one, slip one, knit one, and again to slip, all we do is insert our needle as if to purl and move it from our left hand needle to our right hand needle, and then knit one, slip one, knit one, slip one, knit one, and then slip that last stitch. So if I were to continue swatching, I would then return my first yarn to the needle tip again, and I would knit this whole row, and you just continue with that 4-row repeat for Evenfall. I hope you found this helpful. Happy knitting.